Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Vittorio and today I'm excited to talk about the economics of VMware Cloud with one of our great customers, Shane Maas from GuideOne. Before we talk to him in a couple of minutes, let's level set about VMware Cloud. VMware Cloud is VMware product where we took the very high performance, super optimized environment that you, our customers, have trusted us to run your most mission critical application for years on-prem, and we ported it natively as bare metal service to all the major clouds out there. And once you have that, it gives you a fantastic way to move your business to the cloud, because now you don't have to retrain your people. You can trust the enterprise abilities, the enterprise capabilities of this environment that you have used for many years. And so one of the first things you can do, you can move your applications to the cloud, and if your business calls for it, you can shut down data centers in months and not years. Why? Because you don't have to refactor the applications. And then once you have your applications across a variety of different clouds, whether it's on-prem, one cloud, or multiple clouds, then you can use vRealize, vCenter, the things that you're already familiar with to manage the application. And of course, you can use the Tanzu portfolio to modernize the application. And so we believe that VMware Cloud is the most cost-effective way to bring your enterprise workloads to the cloud. And the reason why it's so cost-effective is that when you look at, for example, VMware Cloud on AWS, it is a fully managed enterprise class cloud service. So if you compare with what you get from the basic AWS, to get the equivalent to what you get from VMware Cloud, not only do you have to get these basic services, but you have to buy additional enterprise services like memory overcommit, CPU overcommit, enterprise storage, and so on and so forth. Not only do you have to buy them, you have to configure them and maintain them and make them all work for you. And so that's, it's all cost. This is why when we work with our customers over many, many years, and look at their ROI, we find that in average, their ROI of using VMware Cloud is 57% better than just using the hyperscaler as is. And this comes from having all these enterprise features built in, so you don't have to pay additional. You don't have to do the migration, and you don't have to retrain your team, and so on. Our economics team, cloud economics team under the leadership of Bill Roth, has been doing 1,300 analysis with our customers to help them make the business case to use VMware Cloud to go to the cloud. And this is what we find in average: 26% saving compared to running the same workloads on-prem. So think about it, almost 30% saving. 37% saving over the public cloud for the reasons that we talked about. And in average, 200% better ROI over 3 years. But don't take my word for it. In this series, we want to interview and share the stories of customers that have done this and have experienced the savings themselves. So it is my pleasure to welcome to today's program, Shane Maas from GuideOne. Welcome, Shane, to our segment where we talk everything cloud economics here at VMware. Thank you for sharing your story with our customers.
You're welcome. Look forward to it.
What drove the decision, the business decision to go to the cloud?
Yeah, so the biggest driver for us is we just wanted to get out of the hardware business. It's a long lead time for us, and turns out it was a great idea when we went through COVID, because supplies were in short demand, and there are long lead times of getting hardware. And we were never faced with those things because we had moved all of those workloads to the cloud. So essentially, we wanted to get out of the hardware business. It was an easy way to do it.
And when you decided to move to the cloud, you evaluated multiple solutions, right? The various hyperscalers, you look at VMware Cloud. So tell me how you thought about that decision.
Yeah, so we based it off of a number of different factors. Of course, being an insurance company, risk was one of those factors. And one of the riskiest things that you can do is to take your workloads and move them without a high degree of testing. VMware was a proven product for us. It was an easy decision technically to make because we had had such a great success with our on-premise VMware. Acting as a business unit as well, certainly cost is an indication that we had to take into account. If you're thinking about new and cool and different technologies, VMware, while it has been cutting edge, it is a product that is tried and true. It's not the new kid on the block. It's tried and true. And we made the decision, again, based off of risk and cost.
And so cost, it's a very important topic for us and our customers, because sometimes there is the perception that where you're going to the cloud with VMware, you're adding a layer to a layer, because many people don't realize that VMware Cloud is actually built, bare metal on these hyperscalers. So tell me about the result of your cost evaluation when you compare VMware Cloud to basically going native to the hyperscalers.
Yeah, when we originally went into this, we evaluated 4 different plans. And of course, cost was a component of that. And we estimated that we would try to save between $1 and $1.2 million over a 36-month period. And that would have included the payback for the actual transformation effort. And I'm pleased to say that what we have as actuals is we've saved about 1.5 million, a little over 1.5 million. And that is our current savings trajectory to date for the next 36 months.
So you save 1.5 million going with VMware Cloud as opposed to going native, and which is fantastic. But where do you have a sense of where that saving came from?
Well, the biggest savings came from, from actual power, getting a consistent power source, having one platform, eliminating the need for multiple redundant backups because it's built into the actual solution. The additional savings in and above that, and above that 1.5 million was saving on not having to pay to test out the applications. We made the assumption that the hyperscaler was the hyperscaler. It's the same thing. It was running, like you said, on bare metal. We did a short proof of concept in order to prove that out. Ended up being better performing than the workloads we had on premise. And so we saved a majority of our funds in the actual migration and not having to test and retest all of those applications. We could migrate them using the tools that are provided by VMware. And in doing that, we didn't have to do a bunch of no harm or retesting of our existing application workloads, which you have to do for a native move.
So you didn't have to refactor the application, you didn't have to retest it because you had the same environment on both sides. And tell me about the migration process, the downtime, and how do you plan that and how long that took? Yeah,
nobody ever believes because it is almost impossible. You hear all sorts of horror stories, right? I started my migration. We had to move all the workloads back because it was just terrible performing and whatnot. And we moved all of our workloads. We had over 800 plus server workloads. We moved those in the course of over 30 days. That included the inception all the way to the last production workload being moved with VMware tools, and we had 0 downtime. 0.
So you said 800 server workloads?
Yeah, it was 800 plus.
800 plus, 30 days, yep. No downtime.
No downtime. The actual expense, the actual risk reduction, it pays dividends. And thinking as somebody across the business side that is thinking about cost and thinking of IT as an expense, they love this solution because it's lower expense, lower costs.
I believe that if you are a VMware customer running your enterprise workload on-prem, it'd be silly not to look at VMware Cloud to go to the cloud. But you have a even better way to say it.
It seems so simple, right? People come to me and they're so excited about our migration, and they're like, "Oh, you did it with VMware," and it's like, "Yeah, we did," because it's proven technology. And unfortunately, I guess sometimes in the IT world, people think of proven technologies as, not leading or cutting edge, whereas technology is there to enable the business, not to, self-fulfill their own egos.
And very pragmatic. I like that. Most enterprises, have to be pragmatic as they move to the cloud. And if you had to advise customers going to the cloud today, what would you tell them?
Yeah, everybody's situation's different. I totally get it, right? And somebody could come to me and tell me that I didn't think of everything, right? I didn't think of X, Y, or Z. If you are in a virtualized environment using VMware today, your first choice should be looking at this as a solution. It minimizes risk. It maximizes the skill sets you already have internally. Your personnel already knows how to interact with VMware. It interacts the same way. You know the hypervisor. You know it's a tried and true application or technology, and I would definitely be choosing a VMC again. Be no doubt in my mind.
And now that you have moved to the cloud, what's next in your evolution using the cloud for your business?
Yeah, so our cloud strategy was getting to the cloud so that we could have access to all of the other capabilities that the cloud enables. Right, our workloads that are over 3 years old, that are on all the time, it makes sense that we would run them in VMC. But there are technologies that the cloud offers in elasticity and capabilities that you may want to leverage the cloud for. And that's what we're really doing. We're picking off those workloads that are specifically tailored for the cloud. We don't have those, Black Friday events in the insurance industry. We don't, the closest we come to that are catastrophes. And we have enough capacity for that, and it doesn't balloon or need an elastic workload. And so we are utilizing those tools selectively in the cloud. And it's paid off in both time to delivery for our business partners and also in our own reputation internally. Keeping expenses.
One of the things that we pride ourselves with VMware Cloud is that VMware Cloud allows you to move to any cloud quickly, as you just described. But then once you're there, you can use the underlying differentiated feature of the hyperscaler, because we don't hide that. They're all there for you to use. So look, Shane, this is a great story. I really appreciate you as a customer, but also as a leader that is willing to share his know-how with the rest of the community, so more customers can follow your track and achieve the same result.
Yeah, I look forward to others following us. It's been a great journey for us, and the journey continues. It's directional, not final.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.